Welcome back to the Tre Stewart Program. Here with Joe. How's it going?
It's going pretty well.
We are in the great state of Texas, your favorite place.
Boo.
God's country. We got a good show for you guys today. First of all, subscribe if you love the truth, and hit that like button and share with your friends. Today, I want to start off with something a little personal because I've done some soul searching. I came to the conclusion, right? Like, my political journey is a lot like a lot of people's. And I want to share my very personal, very real, and hopefully very algorithmically pleasing political journey called Why I Left the Left, then Came Back, then Left Again. I want to start by going back to 2008. A guy named Barack Hussein Obama, with two words, hope and change. He ran for president on an idea. I loved him. He could do no wrong. When it comes to Obama, I was much like Lizzo at a buffet. I ate it all up. We all did, really. But then something happened. Flint, Michigan, because I'm from Detroit. And so Flint is not that far. And they got poisoned. The whole town got poisoned. But don't worry, because Obama declared it a national emergency and made sure that everybody got what they needed. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. I misread that. Yeah, he actually didn't do a damn thing. Well, that's not true. He actually did fly to Flint and pretend to drink the water.
We invested in community colleges and land-grant colleges like Michigan State. We invest. Can I get some water?
Oh, God.
Come on up here.
What?
Give us some water.
I'm a little parched.
Easy crowd.
I want a glass of water.
Oh, he has to vamp. It's taking a while.
I want a glass of water.
He didn't think it was going to take this long.
Sit down. Where do we go from here? Well, I'm still waiting for my water. Somebody obviously didn't hear me. Hold on a second. Now, the reason I know I'm okay is because I already had some Flint water. I really did need a glass of water. This is not a stunt.
This petition says.
Now, I'm going to talk about this. Everybody settle down. This is a feisty crowd.
It's a feisty crowd. Yeah, people get a little feisty when you give them lead poisoning. When you poison their entire community, people get a little rambunctious. That was the beginning of the end for me, honestly, with the Democratic Party. By the way, if you're wondering, Flint, Michigan's water is still disastrous. It's still poisonous. They didn't fix it. They just moved on.
Drank that water like an undercover cop smoking weed. Yeah, no, I'm cool. Totally.
Hand me that Aquafina.
Also, the beginning of that was so just hacky and staged. Just the, I think I need a glass of water.
That was uncharacteristically terrible. Terrible politics from a guy that usually is able to make everyone. I mean, in the beginning, he made everybody love people. And all he had to do was fly there and tell people, hey, this is a problem and I'll fix it. Instead, he pretended to drink water, which is it's ridiculous.
He could have done so many other. He could have gotten in like a giant dunk tank of Flint water, and they could have thrown a thing at a target, and he could have dunked it. Hey, look, I'm fine. Just trying to hide the skin melting off his body. No, everything's fine.
They wonder why black people didn't show up for Kamala the way they showed up for Obama. Maybe it's because the water in Flint, Michigan is blacker than Kamala ever was. That was it for me. I left the left and became a free thinker. Somebody that watches YouTube videos with the words, the truth behind in the title. It's got the words, the truth behind in the title. I'm watching the whole video. I'm sorry. Like, you got me. So I left the left. But then I came back briefly. Actually, I want to be honest. One day I saw AOC at a Bernie Sanders rally. I accidentally stumbled into the rally because I was trying to catch Moltres on Pokemon Go. While I was there, I saw AOC give a speech, and I thought to myself, damn, she's actually kind of cute. Maybe poor people do deserve health care. But then I was gone immediately after that because somebody asked me to remember their pronouns. So I left the left. And full disclosure, I'm not a conservative, but I am MAGA curious. I think honestly, I've always known my whole life that I was MAGA curious. You know, I remember as a kid, other kids would ask Santa Claus for PlayStations and Xbox. I would ask Santa Claus for cuts to Social Security.
Yeah.
It's very important. You know, other kids would play with Legos. I was building that wall, Legos.
You only had gray Legos.
Yeah. So the signs were there. The signs were all there. And I left. And I'm not ready to go full blown MAGA yet, but I'm never going back to the Democratic Party. The party's over. Right? Wouldn't you say?
It feels like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's done. You know, being a Democrat now is kind of like being the last guy at a party. Everybody else left and you're just kind of hanging out, and then the host is kind of like, "All right, it's time to go."
Yeah, and also the water at this party is making me feel sick.
I
feel dizzy and like I'm going to throw up. I think something's in the water. That guy I trusted drank some, so
that guy I trusted
was okay.
This is how Democrats lost everybody, not just me. Rogan, RFK, Tulsi Gabbard. There's a whole pipeline from Bernie to Trump.
Yeah, a lot of people have left. You know what bugged me too is when Trump went on Joe Rogan's podcast. Kamala got the same invite, and instead of just like being like, all right, I'm at least going to go to show that I'm a normal person and to maybe at least help my party in the future.
Yeah.
Say that, hey, we can hang too. She was just like, no.
Well, I'm
not even going to try.
Because she knew she'd fail miserably, probably. That's the thing. Like, I agree with you. I think she should have went on and made a good attempt. And if she was exposed to be a soulless kind of person, then so be it. But to not do it, and then to blame Rogan, she tried to blame it on schedule. I was like, that's not true, Rogan.
I know, it's ridiculous. She should have gone on, brought her own blunt, sparked it up, said, hey, Rogan, where's some of that mad honey? I want some. And just freak the fuck out.
She might have won.
Because it actually would have helped, because then people who really demonize the Democratic Party would have been like, whoa, all right, I can't deal with it. She did hang. She's all right.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I don't like her
right.
politics, but she's at least a person.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
Now she seems like a robot to everybody.
I don't know if there's any saving the Democratic Party, but we'll see.